PC features trailer. All right, so I'm a couple days late to this one, but which one's in English? Are they both in English? I think they're both in English. This looks pretty cool. This looks pretty cool. This is pretty good. Captured on PC, mix of gameplay and in-game render.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips, which are no fun at all.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
Just you wait.
It looks good. Here's a problem with the PC version of FF7 Rebirth. It's a good problem, in a way. It makes the PS5 Pro, it kind of makes it null and void. It's like another thing that makes it like, I want one, but I don't need one. You know, it's like that's the biggest, like, it's probably one of the best problems that you can maybe have. Like, it's not like you're having like fucking, you know, the red light come on and the system failing and systems melting down or any of that stuff. It's just like the PS5 Pro is like, I really, really want one, but I don't need one. And this is the reason why I'm actively shopping around PC parts, because I can already do this on the PS5, but this looks maybe even better than the PS5 Pro. I hate to say. It's going to be very interesting though, because this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be really the first title that we're going to have like PSSR, DLSS running side by side, and it's like, okay, which one does it better? Has Sony caught up with the PC? And I think for the most part, I will say this, for the most part, when it comes to like frame rates and all that stuff, yes, PSSR is holding its weight. It's keeping up with the PC DLSS scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about on either one of these, they're both upscalers. They make the image look really good with the so the main rendering is this size. It blows the image up to this size, and then one of them can add a whole bunch of frames in there, so it makes it look very smooth on the motion of the animations. So if you swing the camera around and when somebody's running, it just looks way smoother to your eyes. It feels, and with DLSS, supposedly with the new DLSS, you can make it feel just like it runs normally, with no latency on the controls. So latency on the controls, you press a button, how long it takes for the button press to reach the screen to make the thing happen. So PSSR, as far as I've seen, I haven't heard anybody complain about it. So PSSR must be doing its job very good, very excellently. If you're not hearing people complain about stuff, it means it's working correctly. If you start hearing complaints, then you know something's wrong with it. PSSR, PS5 Pro came out. PSSR is being used right now in a bunch of different games across the platform. Nobody's complaining about it. It's working. Good job, Sony. They did the correct thing. Good job, Mark Cerny and all his team. Then we just had the 50 series graphics cards being shown. Decent price point on it. DLSS 4.0. Everybody's losing their shit over, oh my God, there's going to be so many extra fake frames in there with AI generation. I'm also in that camp of like, how is it going to affect everything? Apparently, if the game is running 240 FPS, it feels like a 60 FPS game. That's not bad. That's actually not a game breaker. That doesn't kill the card or anything. If anything, it's just like, okay, just give it another year or so, maybe 6 months. They can figure out a way of making it feel like it's 120 FPS. That's fine. That's all. So it's a software issue. It's not a hardware issue. That's great. Software issues are way easier to fix than hardware issues. If the hardware doesn't work on day one, then you're just screwed. Software issue doesn't work day one, you can update it, you can upgrade it, you can fix it. So I'd much rather have a software issue than a hardware issue. So with that being said, this trailer looks absolutely great, running on PC instead of PlayStation. Yeah, improved lighting.
Just you wait.
This looks awesome. And again, with Tifa being on the screen, it brings up in the brain of modding. Um, you could end up making her outfit look like the OG original. You know, just like we've seen with FF7 remake, you can make her outfit look like the OG original FF7 if you want to. You know, you can like there was so many mods in FF7 remake. If I went back, I could probably do a full replay of FF7 remake again and have the full replay have different mods in different sections of the game that just makes it look either hilarious or awesome or whatever. Same thing is going to happen with Rebirth, and there's even more opportunity because there's so many sections in Rebirth of just different areas of the map that you're going to and all that stuff. Yeah, PC version of Rebirth is it's what next week it drops, and I don't know if I even care to play it day one. I might want to. I want to play it like day 4 or 5 after people have gotten some of the like handful of mods out. Maybe well, give it 48 to 72 hours after the game drops, and then you're gonna have so many cool things you can do on the back end with this of just like, you know, maybe outfit switching and everything else. I am also very curious to see, because this is the same engine and everything, if the mods from remake can carry over to Rebirth, and then we might all like day one we might just have like a list of okay, all these mods you can do. So that'd be very interesting to see like how that's gonna work. But yeah. The detail on this. I mean, if you zoom in, like that's so much more crisp and clear. And I think PSSR is doing the same thing where it's like, because this is definitely running DLSS. You can tell because it's so freaking just like sharpened. That's the thing that DLSS is great at, is making it can sharpen the hell out of the image. And that's the reason why the frame rates don't always hold up with DLSS, because DLSS is kind of, it runs more quality than it does performance, even though you can push it to performance mode. It still tries to push out as much quality. It tries to push out as much pixel detail as it can possibly do. And in doing that, you do lose frames. Just kind of the name of the game with game engines. Is like, if the more detail you have, the less smoothness on the animation you get. And this is, like I've said multiple times over again, the peak of game graphics is not going to, I don't even think it's going to be full realism. It's going to be keeping the smoothness up while keeping the details up. Because hell, you could make full realism and have lower frame rates. You know, we could do that now. We've already hit that. And there's a lot of people are also saying like we've already peaked, and I think I am kind of on that same mindset too, of like, we have peaked with this level of detail, and now we're just optimizing. We're trying to figure out how in the hell. I was trying to see, is that a grid pattern or is that Steel City? Okay, yeah, it's Steel City. I was like, oh no, is that a grid pattern in the background? Is there a glitch happening? No, it's supposed to look like that. Okay, whew, crisis averted. Yeah. This is another big one also, because I think this is probably running through Steam. We have the DualSense controller support all the way through. So that means your triggers and everything else is going to work with this, which is, again, you know, no other controller does what the PS5 controller does. So that's awesome seeing DualSense support day one. Makes sense. I mean, I'm running this off from like a YouTube buffer. Yeah, 3 presets. Okay. Low, medium, high. I'm not seeing too much of a difference here on the low, medium, high. It'd be funny if this just looked like a potato. Um, I mean, I'm not zooming in, 40x on it like Digital Foundry does, but from just eyeballing it, I'm not seeing too much of a difference here. A lighting difference, ever so slightly on the face, maybe. Actually trying to pick out. Nope, that's the same. Usually the background, like something will be fuzzy in the background where the higher settings has it, it's like focused or whatever. I'm not seeing anything, which is a good thing. That means that it's just running. Well, actually, it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. Now I'm actually thinking about it, because that could mean that the PC version could be held back by console standards. You got to remember, Rebirth came out. Well, no, wait, no. There is a Pro patch for this. So I guess this would be running on the PS5 Pro patch, which actually, damn, now I think about that. Why do I need a Pro if I got a PC? Other than to be able to run this at the highest quality as soon as it drops. Like as soon as that patch drops, or as soon, again, I think later on this year, the Pro is going to be way more worth it when we start having newer titles come out. But right now, again, beginning of the year, we just haven't had anything new come out. Right now, it's still like, Pro is hard to, it's like, you really want it, but you don't need it. Yeah, the fur looks the same. Everything's looking the same. I'm not seeing. That's another one too. Texture. Everybody else is looking down here. I'm looking at the sock to see if the texture is different. It's not. Piece of detail. 4K 120. So the difference in this is it's not checkerboard rendering, it is native resolution. That's the biggest difference on this. So you're not having, so checkerboard would be like, this is actually up here, but then this spot is rendered in using upscaler. And it's like filling in the pixels with an upscaler, that because your consoles all run upscale technology. Again, this is the reason why it's so damn detailed. NPC count to best suit your PC specs. Funny. So they know that some people don't have the highest end PC, so you're going to have like half the army. Okay. All right.
Final sequence. Begin.
Ew, mouse and keyboard support on Final Fantasy? No. Just realized the trailer's blasting.
Did I? Nah. I couldn't have dreamt that. It all felt way too real.
You can see his pores. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Game of the Year nominee. I still say it should have probably won Game of the Year, but Astrobot is great also. So yes, FF7 Rebirth PC. Make sure to hit that subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. And yeah, I'm going to try and get hands-on with it as soon as I can and mod it even quicker. It's as soon as I can get the mods for it and everything and do all that stuff. So yeah, it's going to be fun.